The review is presented by Number 27, a verified channel with over 177,000 followers. The video was published on October 31, 2022, and has drawn nearly 142,000 views with high engagement from fans of classic Alfa Romeos. Historical backdrop and design. The Alfa Romeo Montreal began life as a 1967 Expo 67 concept unveiled in Montreal, Canada. Its strong public reception led to a production model shown at the 1970 Geneva Motor Show, designed by Marcello Gandini at Bertone. Notable styling cues include partially slatted headlamp covers that retract when the lights switch on, a blocked-off NACA duct on the bonnet to disguise a power bulge, and decorative slats along the C-pillar vents, purely aesthetic. Mechanical highlights and performance. Engine, a 2.6-liter DOHC, dry-sump V8 producing approximately 200 PS, 147 kilowatts/197 horsepower, at 6,500 RPM, derived from Alfa's 33 Straydale Racer, mated to a 5-speed ZF gearbox and a limited slip differential. Chassis, based on the Giulia GTV platform, with double wishbone suspension up front and a live rear axle with limited slip. Weight sits at about 1,270 kilograms. Performance metrics. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 7s. Quattro measured 7.1 s. Top speed 220 km/h. Standing kilometer in 27.28 s. What made it fail initially? Despite its engineering sophistication, the Montreal was plagued by poor fuel economy, consuming oil and gas rapidly, especially problematic amid the 1973-74 oil crisis, which also dampened its sales. It was expensive at launch, more costly than contemporaries like the Jaguar E-Type or Porsche 911, further limiting its appeal. Driving impressions, from the Number 27 review. The host admires its striking presence but cautions that the Montreal is a real disappointment to drive if compared to modern standards. In period, it was less refined, a heavy steering feel, noticeable body roll, and underwhelming brakes, despite ventilated Girling discs all around. Steering is not assisted, so low-speed maneuvering demands muscle. High-speed feel improves once in motion. The ride is softish, lending GT comfort rather than razor-sharp cornering capability. The brakes, though vented, offer adequate performance for the era, but don't match the acceleration or weight distribution you'd expect. Many owners later upgrade calipers and discs for better stopping power. Engine character and sound. One of the video's highlights is the V8 sound quality, a melodic, visceral tone unique to Alfa's race-derived engine. The reviewer logs long segments of cruising and throttle blips, emphasizing the evocative mechanical symphony of the Montreal's engine. Collector appeal and market value. Initially undervalued, Montreal prices have surged. What once sold for the equivalent of £12,000 now fetches £60–70k, depending on condition and market. Fewer than 3,900 armature-built examples were made between 1970 and 1977, 3,917 per Alfa Romeo. Some sources say 3,925. Despite low sales originally, many survivors remain roadworthy thanks to modern rust protection and dedicated upkeep. Reliability and maintenance. The Montreal's fuel injection system, Spica, can be tricky to maintain. It's mechanical and was replaced or tuned by specialists, especially in later years. The European-based parts chains were scarce in the 1970s, hurting early ownership satisfaction. Known weak points include cooling pump seals that leak, occasionally mixing oil and coolant, along with general wear in driveshafts, clutches, and injection systems. Many owners address these with mechanical overhauls or upgrades. Final verdict, as per the video. Number 27 concludes that while the Montreal missed the mark in driver ergonomics, fuel economy, and braking, it was, and still is, a piece of rolling art. Unique styling, distinctive V8 growl, and undeniable allure. Today's rarity, classic car appeal, and emotional resonance have elevated it far beyond its original shortcomings. Supplementary takeaway from Chris vs. Cars video. Chris vs. Cars explores the evolution from 1967 concept to production. The retuned V8, retention of styling flourishes, like the slatted headlamps, and integration of racing-derived tech into a GT format. Their video underscores how unusual it is for a concept to be carried into production with that level of fidelity and character intact. In summary, design and heritage. A Gandini-penned masterpiece from 1970 with standout styling such as retractable headlamp scoops and artistic slats. Performance and handling. Powered by a 200 horsepower V8 and 5-speed ZF box. Respectful but unrefined dynamics. Body roll, heavy steering, modest brakes. Sound and emotion. The engine tone is a highlight, musical, raw, and evocative of Italian racing pedigree. Practical downsides. Poor fuel economy, maintenance-intensive spiker injection, and early build cost made it niche. Legacy and collectability. From outlier to sought-after classic, if cared for, it's a head-turner and discussion piece on every drive. If you'd like, I can also include insights on specific years, e.g. 1971 versus 1975, RHD versus LHD, restoration costs, or performance comparisons with peers like the E-Type or 911. Let me know.